So we will see all the branches one by one. The internal thoracic artery arises from the lower surface of the subclavian, first part of subclavian artery. It runs downwards behind the thoracic cage, just 1 cm lateral to the external border, and at the level of 6 intercostal space, it divides into musculophrenic artery and superior epigastric artery. This artery gives anterior intercostal artery. Here you can see anterior intercostal artery, and also gives mediastinal and pericardial branches. The second artery is vertebral artery. Vertebral artery arises from the first part and it goes upward and enters into the foramen transversarium of the 6 cervical vertebra. Then it runs upward vertically, and after crossing the second foramen transversarium of second cervical vertebra, it turns laterally and it crosses the foramen transversarium of the atlas vertebra. Then it turns medially and press the posterior atlanto-occipital membrane. This membrane present between the atlas and occipital bone. After pressing the atlanto-occipital membrane, it presses the dura mater, then it presses the subacromial mater, and it runs in the subacromial space. Then it runs upward, and at the lower border of bones, it meets with it joins the another vertebral artery and forms the basilar artery. For the study purpose, vertebral artery is divided into 4 parts. The first part lies between its origin to the foramen transversarium of the transverse process of the 6 cervical vertebra, and the second part present within the foramen transversarium, this part from here to here, second part, and the third part is present from foramen transversarium as it exits from the foramen transversarium of atlas to as it enters the atlanto-occipital membrane. This part is third part. After entering the atlanto-occipital membrane, it is called the fourth part till it meets with the another vertebral artery. There is no branches of first part of vertebral artery in the neck. The second part also gives no muscular branches, but it gives spinal branches which enters through the intervertebral foramen through which the spinal nerves exit. And the third part of artery, you can see this part during the dissection of suboccipital triangle, and the third part of artery gives muscular branches to the surrounding muscle in the suboccipital triangle, and the fourth part of the artery gives anterior spinal artery, posterior spinal artery, meningeal branches to the cerebellum, and branches to the medulla oblongata. In very few percentage of cases, around 7.5% of cases, vertebral artery enters through the foramen transversarium of the 7 cervical vertebra. Otherwise, commonly it enters through the foramen transversarium of 6 cervical vertebra.